spent 4 years in the Marines and the reconnaissance team.
Medical student.
I'm a landscape gardener.
I work in construction.
We are from Germany.
We send people into death and then we bring them back.
Most of us is mind over matter.
21 years ago, we started up, said, right, we're going to take people on a run and we're going to show them something different. When they come back, they're going to wonder what hit them.
Tough guy is about being physically strong. You know, if you haven't done any training, you're not going to make it round. That's a fact. But also you have to be mentally strong as well. 5,000 competitors putting their toe on the start line. You know, the elite international athletes, down to guys who have just started out for the very first time.
The first timers, well, we got special names for them. We call them wetnecks, dickheads, goons, wobble muckers, and light buggers.
You have to sign a death waiver, and it states on there, if you die, it's your fault. You're not going to sue the farm or anybody. You can even check off a box that says you can be buried here at the farm cemetery.
There's these concrete pits set in the middle of this farmland, and it's used for collecting rainwater and slurry. So they're full of stinking, horrible mud, full of sugar beet and potato and horse manure and, dare I say, runner's piss. It gets them wet earlier on into the course, and when they get wet, that's when really the cramps start and the toughness will come through it. Just when you think you're getting your stride, the cargo net traps you and you're sort of tangled like a fly on a spider's web, and it frustrates you. Females are tougher spiritually and mentally. They can go into a comfort zone and an endurance zone which will outpace most male runners. But then they do fall into two distinct camps. You get the slightly more girly ones, which, you know, they turn up and they have a good time. And then you get these elite women, and they're Amazons, absolutely fantastic.
I think the worst obstacle is the walk the plank. So you're already drenched, you're already shivering, and you're climbing up a hay bale, and then you're jumping 10, 12 feet into a pond that you can't touch the bottom. I hate that one.
So everybody here has a fear, and maybe only one fear is addressed, or maybe the whole range. Tyre crawl. Really awful obstacle. Evil. It's the only word for it. You try crawling through it. If you've got any bare flesh, it's going to be ripped to shreds by the time you get to the other side. Just grin and bear it. If you've got a fear of confined spaces that are dark, horrible and smelly, this will address all of those points.
I can fit through.
Thank you. Bloody hell.
You exit the first pyramid, you cross over through the jellyfish tentacles. All of those are charged with the same electricity. If it jags you, it's enough to send your arm into orbit. Fiery holes. A series of pits and humps. The humps have kerosene-soaked straw on them, blazing probably about as high as a human. The pits are filled with icy cold water. Some people really need the help of the marshals. We see one guy in the water and his legs are cramped. He's a liability, we'll pull him straight out.
50 casualties, hypothermia, broken bones, sprains, cuts, the usual tough guy aches and pains.
You want to carry on?
Definitely, I'm not stopping.
If he does go again, you come out.
Water tunnels, probably one of the biggest fear factor obstacles on the course. Before you go into the water tunnel, you will have to go underneath 3 or 4, if not more, telegraph poles which are laid on the surface of the water. First one you go under, your head goes about the size of a walnut. Second time you bob under, you're really cold, you've got 3 Adam's apples, it's really that cold. Fourth time, you don't even know where you are. By the time you come to the tunnel, you think you're a dead man.
I'm sorry, mate.
That's it. Come on!
This bit is the pain. This is how we earn it.
Lovely. It's refreshing. Oh yeah. Lovely.
You know, each year you come back, you learn something a bit more about yourself.
Before the race, I was still feeling pretty anxious, still feeling pretty, I don't know whether I should do this. And then I talked to a woman who did it 7 years ago and she was 50. And I talked to a girl who's 16 and did it. And I was going to do it for the first time. I thought, hell, if they can do it, I can at least try.
Well-earned medal. It's cold, it's wet, but it's well-earned. I'm a tough gal.
It was fantastic.
It was
Absolutely
the hardest thing I've ever done.
But I'll do it again.
Next year.
Tough going. We helped each other. We got round together.
You feel so good when you finish. And I put myself to the test and I passed.
It was sadistic and masochistic. Got to do it again next year, though.
A sadist? I don't know what the word sadist means. I'm a provider of fear for those who want it. If you're mentally tough, you can stand up against the world.